Welcome to CFP Wesco Cameroon. In my role as a hiring manager in our local tech sector, I am constantly looking for people who can look at a messy situation and identify a clear path forward. Take our student, Chantel. She was recently hired by a shop right here in Douala to make sense of their daily operations. Looking at this typical market scene, you can see how fast-paced local retail gets. Chantel needed to track all those moving pieces, inventory leaving the stalls, and daily cash flow that changed with absolutely no predictability. A lot of people think data analysis requires memorizing massive, intimidating math equations. The truth is more straightforward. It actually relies on the simple logic of connecting pieces together. You take scattered information and figure out how to arrange it into an organized stack. Being able to take that daily chaos and arrange it into clear, readable business trends is the exact foundation you need for high-value tech skills. Before Chantel could run a single mathematical calculation, she had to implement a strict data ethics rule. She securely hid all of her customers' personal phone numbers from the dataset. Protecting privacy always comes first. Once the data was safe, she could start calculating. And here is the core secret of spreadsheets. Complex equations are actually just basic, simple functions slotted together, exactly like physical building blocks. Treating these formulas as individual blocks you can hold and connect takes a massive wall of intimidating data and turns it into a clear series of steps you can easily manage. The first method we use to connect these pieces is called chaining. This diagram shows how chaining works. You link distinct functions side by side using standard mathematical operators, like a plus or a division sign, to join them. Chantel needed to find the range of the shop's sales, the exact gap between their highest and lowest earning days. This graphic shows that spread. To calculate the difference, she placed the maximum value next to the minimum, with a minus sign between them. By taking two distinct facts and simply positioning them next to each other with a math symbol, chaining lets you invent entirely new comparison metrics for your business. Let's pause for a quick test. If yesterday's profit is sitting in cell A1 and the total for the whole week is down in cell A100, how would you chain those blocks together to find out what percentage of the week yesterday made up? Here is the sequence. This flowchart shows cell A1 divided by the total in A100, and then that result is multiplied by 100 to give you the final percentage. Getting comfortable with this horizontal left-to-right chain is the mandatory first step. Once you have this down, you can see the specific impact of a single day's sales relative to the whole week. Our second technique is nesting, used when a single metric needs internal cleanup. This image illustrates the concept, placing one function entirely inside another. There is one strict rule. Spreadsheets always solve the inner function first, then work outward. Chantel ran into a problem where her daily average calculation returned a messy, unreadable number, trailing off with way too many decimal places. To fix it, she used nesting. This graphic shows her original average calculation wrapped inside a new command, the round function. The computer calculates the inner average first, then the outer function immediately takes that result, rounding it cleanly to 2 decimal places. Taking raw numbers and nesting them inside formatting rules is how you elevate basic data into clean, professional reporting that any manager can easily read. Let's look at these methods side by side. This table shows their structural differences. Chaining places pieces next to each other, while nesting places one inside the other. At the bottom, you chain to compare metrics and nest to refine them. Here is a final challenge: calculating an average from filtered data. This graphic gives you a hint, showing the total sum of your items and a count of how many exist. To find the average, simply divide the total sum by the count. Once you are comfortable applying just these two simple structural patterns, you have the logic required to solve almost any complex data problem a business will face. By calculating the range between the best and worst sales days, Chantel revealed the shop's true performance. The owner used this organized data to identify profitable inventory, allowing them to restock the right items and steadily increase revenue. Solving operational bottlenecks prepares you for tangible career outcomes, like becoming an inventory analyst. Fast-growing companies in our region need people to handle their data. These fast-growing companies in our region need people who can handle their data. To find those opportunities, step into the community. Join networking groups like Silicon Mountain and the Douala Tech Hub to build your essential industry connections. It is time to snap your basic math blocks into place and turn your daily records into a roadmap for your business. Enroll at CFP Wesco Cameroon today.